Spitskop School exists for one primary reason. We have many parents out there that are sitting with children that are physically disabled, that are perhaps on the autism spectrum, and in Tabazimbi and quite a few kilometer radius, that there is no help, there is no school available, there's no daycare available for any of these parents who have children that have special needs. So we are specifically here to cater for the parents whose children who cannot cope in a normal government school. We are a school that started without government aid. So we were totally reliant on aid, financial aid mostly, from any instance in the community. Our children have very varied disabilities. A lot are on the autism spectrum, but we do have children with physical disabilities, and that is why we need people that are specifically qualified in physio. And of course, when a child is physically active, his mind is active. So yes, we have people who've been on courses that are specially trained to deal with the children that have that need physio.
After we did his physio, he's moving around more, he's like more active. He can feel his muscles. Okay, my leg can move, my arm can move, I can do this, I can do that. So he feels more safe and more capable.
And their physio gets done every morning like clockwork, for half an hour. Each child gets taken, and we've definitely seen an improvement in the children. The jungle gym behind me in a normal play environment would be specifically for enjoyment. At our school we use it for a dual purpose. Because a lot of these children's bodies are disabled, the jungle gym provides a sense of development for their gross and fine motor coordination, besides interacting with each other.
Samuel is cerebral palsy, so by the time he joined the school he was having no movement at all. So through the physio actually he's developed to move by himself, and he's interacting with the other children. So this is his way of participating in the games, which is actually excellent because he's able to climb up and down. However, he cannot still not walk without any support, but he's really made tremendous improvement.
The world of an autistic child is very different to ours. A simple thing like texture means a lot to a child. An autistic child can perhaps put his hand onto something hot or dangerous and not realize that he's being burned. So we use the sand for texture.
Build as a castle, okay? Build it, okay. Empty, that's it. That's it.
The sandpit play, besides being creative for the children, is definitely a form of developing their textural development so they can have a feel of the things around them. We have a lot of children at the school who we know will not be going to matric. So what we try to do is develop in them, or try to get out of the child, what we think they're good at. And a life skill for any young woman or young man in this modern age is working in the kitchen, being capable, being familiar with the different items in the kitchen. One of the activities we have at the school is a making and baking. It's a compulsory lesson which we have once a week. It can last up to an hour. We try and involve as many activities like using the oven, using utensils in the kitchen. And then of course the end product is what the children are aiming for. The baking and making is not only to teach the children shapes and colors, which we try and include in our lesson. It also has to do with life skills. So we try and make it fun, and they don't realize that we're actually preparing them for life one day. The greenhouse is started from seedling by these children themselves. What they do is we buy seeds or seedlings or little plants. They go into the tunnel, they plant it themselves. We go regularly, we water it. We have a gardener here who keeps control of the garden and helps the children. What they do is they can go weekly or monthly and watch their little plants growing. We have carrots, we have spinach, we have cucumber, we have butternut. And what they do at the end of the term, they harvest the vegetables themselves. We cook up the beetroot on the stove. We make a special sauce, and inside this little glass bottles, they place their product, and then some of the children sell it to family members, others give it to parents or friends at home just as gifts. Children at the special needs school need specific training in specific muscles. They also have a problem, a lot of them do, with spatial orientation. So what we try and do is let them realize that when they are outdoors, they are free, and then they have to learn the opposite, obviously, is confinement. And this is something that an ordinary person on the street takes for granted. You don't realize that an autistic child doesn't have an idea of under a table, behind something. So what we aim with the tunnel, the cloth tunnel, is to get them to crawl through so that they can realize their space, their body in relation to the things around them. What we also use with our special needs children, because a lot of them are hard of hearing, a lot of autistic children are not verbal. So what we do is we teach them Makaton, which is a sign language for the and every time you communicate with a child, you have to use a sign. We know specifically which children cannot communicate. You use a sign, for example, good morning, no. If they want something to eat, they will show you this, thank you. And these are the things that we have to verbalize and show them with a hand. So in our classrooms, we do not just work with pens and books. We are constantly including paint, textures. The children work with cotton wool and sheep. And that is all part of the holistic development of the children. For a child to interact in a group is achieved very easily through singing, dancing and music. We are lucky enough to have talented people at the school who are au fait with drama, with music, with playing instruments, and the children, besides just learning dance movements or singing, it develops their cognitive, because they are memorizing actions, they are memorizing words to songs, and that is why we do outdoor activities such as that weekly. The children need to also be placed in a group of children, because parents often assess their child in isolation. They don't realize that at school your child is compared to 10 or 12 others. So that is why when we assess the children, we can say to the parents, your child compared to the others is on such a level. Music and singing is a big part of our school. We have people who work at the school from all walks of life. I'm a qualified school teacher from the department, but we have a lot of people here who've done nursing before. We have a lot of people here who've come on a visit to the school, fallen in love with the children, fallen in love with the place. Their caregiver heart takes over, and they just want to be here. What we do is we have a 3-month, usually probation period, because a lot of people come here and what they actually show is compassion instead of they really want to be part and they really want to help. We have a 3-month probation period. You see if you like it, and if you're still happy and this is what you need to do, this is where you stay. We do have a project in the pipeline whereby our children, our older children who are in the life skills department, they will be doing woodwork. The girls will be doing needlework. And these are the things that will help these children in life one day in society. Our job, our aim, is then to prepare them for society. To function in society. I think the reason why our children have this great relaxed atmosphere at the school, first of all, the setting. We are totally away from a government structured setting where a child sits in a classroom where he's academically busy with pen and paper all day. We are in the bushveld, we are far away from the city, we have nature around us. Although we have structure in our school, we do not expect any child to sit from this time to this time in a classroom and be academically involved.